Well, this is the final letter in the alphabet, ZOEY. I'm going to call this Troybilt 110 140cc mower ZOEY, and I'm going to try and bring ZOEY back to life. I bought ZOEY the other day for $25. Right now she's not safe to use because her discharge plate is gone, the mulching plate missing. At some point somebody took off her hubcaps, which is okay. Now she's got black wheels. This mower comes with these little gray snap-on covers, which make it look a little nicer, I guess, but sometimes people will lose one and then they just take them all off so the wheels match, which is the case here. The guy said it ran last summer, so I'm expecting that it'll be an old gas problem or a carburetor problem. Right now there is, man, this thing really sticks. But anyway, as you look in there, there's no gas in there, but it is clean, so that's good. And this is going to be a self-priming carburetor, and you can tell that because there's no primer bulb there. On this model with the primer bulb, it'd be right in there. So this will be self-priming. The other thing I like about these mowers that come with the adjustable handle for the user. So if you use these holes they provide you, just 1/4 of an inch here, because geometry ends up being about 6 inches up here. And so it's nice and high if you're a tall person. And that's where I like to set mine, is on the high setting. Some of these models are just straight. They just go straight in and you only have one setting. It's not adjustable for the user. I have pulled the cord on this and it appears to have compression. When you're buying these used mowers or getting them for free, it's always good to check underneath before you do much with them to see what's what. And in this case, mine is growing. It's growing a head of hair under there. So that'll come off. It's always good to look underneath your mower every season in case you hit something. And in this case, they've hit landscaping fabric. And that stuff is nylon strong, just twists around there. And over time, that will tear up your main seal. And you'll end up with a leak. Oil leak if you don't get that off. So that's the first thing we're going to do. I doubt this mower's ever had its blade sharpened. That's just my guess. I don't have a bag for it. Didn't have a bag, so it's missing the bag and it's missing the cover on the discharge chute or discharge side right there. The other thing I wanted to show you that I'm going to address first, I noticed this mower was harder to push than that one out there. They're very similar. I mean, it does roll, but let's take a look at what I'm talking about here. So if you go around, lift it up, that's acceptable. Okay, this is the back wheel. See that? So you're going to be pushing against that wheel that doesn't really want to roll. So we're going to check that first. The other 3 wheels are fine. So let's take a look at that. And by the way, there's just a tiny bit of oil shown on the dipstick, so it is low. I'm going to get my gloves on. And we're going to take a look at this wheel together. What I like to do is have fun with these mowers, working on them. I have fun with them. I hope my viewers do too. Just kind of hanging with me in the garage and spending some time together. I hope you watch my videos and just relax, you know. I don't make them last a long time. I'll do a phase and then I'll stop after 15, 20 minutes. I don't think I've ever made a 30-minute video because I'll stop, let you go take a break and come back, and it'll be the next episode of bringing these mowers back to life, and that's what I do. So let me get my engine block here, which I doubly use to elevate these mowers. What I'm thinking I'll find is that there's going to be a lot of rust on the wheel axle, so you don't have to be pushing that all day. We need to clean that, lubricate it, figure out what's wrong. So let's see what it is. Get your 9/16 socket. I sometimes use a breaker bar to do that, just to make it easy on myself. I decided to pop it this morning. All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay, that's just gunk. So I'm encouraged by that. The metal, these are high quality wheels they're putting on these Troybilts with that metal insert. So, but the problem is you got to keep that lubricated. If you got a plastic friction wheel, you don't have to lubricate them. They're not designed to be lubricated. You can, I guess, but in this case, the theory is that that's going to be tougher and last longer and not wear out like the plastic ones will. But you'll get gunk up in here on this axle. So let's get our sandpaper. And what I do with this is I'll get a sheet of sandpaper, and this stuff tears up pretty quickly. So what I do is I get some shipping, like strapping tape that you use to box something for the mail, and I put a strip of that on the back of the paper, and that keeps it from tearing up so fast. So they'll last a little longer. So get you a good strip of sandpaper, and we're going to go to work on this axle here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See that? I can feel that with my finger. There's some serious, like, dried gunk there. So I'm going to get the sandpaper out, and we're going to go to work on this wheel. And just cleaning this stuff off. And that strapping tape on the back keeps this paper from tearing into pieces, and it'll last longer for you, because I do this a lot on these wheels. It's kind of like polishing your shoes with a cloth strap, you know, back in the old days when you polish your shoes and use a big soft cloth and just whip that thing around. So it's coming pretty clean. I'll go this way a few times. There's still a lot of stuff on there. Hang on. Let me get my chair. The goal with this mower is to get it running again and have it be a mower that a new homeowner can use to cut their grass. And if I don't pick up these mowers and do something with them, people end up just throwing them away. They just end up in the dump, which is pretty heartbreaking when you think that could help a family that needs a mower. Where I live, if you don't keep your grass cut, the county will fine you. And so if your mower's not running or broken, and you don't take care of it, you gotta hire it out to get your grass cut. We're gonna see how that does. Let me get a wire brush now. A few times. It may help a little bit. And I'll sometimes take a little coil of sandpaper like this and put it around a narrow screwdriver. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the inside parts of that wheel, the little hub of that wheel, and spin this around on here, just to kind of help polish that and knock the grunge off. Let's see if that helps. That's a little better. I'm going to go a few more times with the sandpaper. Now, people might not agree with me on this, but I'm going to put a little dab of bearing grease on here. I'm going to put that on the axle. So this is what this looks like. Very, very thick stuff. It's what you put on ball bearings. All right, so now let's slip this wheel on and see if it likes bearing grease. You see that? That's it'll be a lot easier to push now. So that is 100% better. All right, let's time dry. That's great. All right. See this one? That's fantastic. That's okay. But I'm not going to put all the three on camera. I think I'm going to treat all these the same way and get them where they're super easy to spin and turn. I recommend you do the same. So when you come back, I'll have all these wheels cleaned and lubricated.